Alright, this is Bio Learning Target 5, the final learning target, video 3. This might actually be the final video for Bio this quarter. Sad face. So I ended my last video on this slide here. I'm gonna move my face and blow this up a little bit here. So it says function. Proteins can be classified based off of their function. Proteins can be classified in a number of ways. So with this unit, if you put in Google type of protein, you will get an assortment of answers that may not be what you're looking for, because proteins can be classified in terms of function, they can be classified in terms of structure, they can be classified a number of ways. So make sure when you're Googling things, you're actually using the word function to get what you're looking for. So like I said, there's typically 7. Some people say, some scientists classify them in 9 groups. You're only classifying them in 7. So structure, contractile, and I said in the last video, think of contraction or contract, so muscles. This is about muscles. Transport, storage, hormone, enzyme, protection. Okay, so I'm going to talk more about this here in just a second. I want to go over these directions here. So up here it says, for the assignment this week, go back to your vocabulary table and add the words found on the new vocab list, which can be found here. I'm going to stop. I'm going to click here. It's going to bring me to a table. As a student, I'm not going to have access to type on here. Okay, guys? So you will not have access to type on here. So what you'll need to do is Control-C, the whole table, Control-C. You're going to go to your original vocabulary sheet, which do I have? Let me see. I don't. That's okay though. So it's the really long. Actually, I might as well go find it here. Bio vocab sheet. Bam. So what you're gonna do for me, guys, this should be all filled out at this point. This table should be completely filled out. If it's not, you should be working on that, because that's like target 1. Oh, I've already, you know what? I'm gonna pretend that you're not seeing this. So what you're gonna do, guys, is you're gonna come in. You just copied. Where is it? My goodness, I have too many things open, folks. This is it. It's just up top, I think. Let me see. Okay, so all you gotta do, guys, is go over here and copy this right here. Everything from amino acid down is gonna get. Oh, you don't want the whole thing. We just want amino acid, protein. What are the 3 parts of amino acid and peptide bonds? Control-C. And then we're going to go to your original table, and you're going to Control-V. Now what you can do is, if you click up here, you can backspace, and it should connect. Honestly, if it doesn't connect, it's not a big deal. I actually think it's not going to, because this is the end of the page. So it's fine. It doesn't need to connect perfectly. Now you can write your answers in here, and then you and I are the only 2 people that can see the answers again. So that is the first part of the assignment. Okay? So again, all you're doing is you're taking, you're going to click here. It's going to bring you here. You're going to copy it you're going to paste it onto your original vocab sheet, right? Okay, cool. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm also going to get rid of this and this. All right, so then step 2, go back to your biomolecules table and fill in the same sections you filled in for the carbohydrates last week. You only need to include one function, not all 7. Okay, so I'm going to click here for a second because it's going to bring me right to that original table. You guys should have this table drawn on a separate piece of paper. Again, if you don't, that means you haven't done previous stickers, so you need to go back. So let me blow this up a little bit. Okay, so it's a little bit blown up here. So at this point, guys, I have had you write down carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids, and lipids. You didn't have to write down any of the other text. You just had to write down the name, right? That's it over here. You are writing down just for carbohydrates and proteins because those are the only 2 that we got to. You're going to write down, for carbohydrates, there's carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. For proteins, it's the same thing except you're adding nitrogen. So a really good test question for this unit is, if you see a molecule that has carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, is it a carbohydrate or a protein, and how do you know? Well, the answer to that question is it's definitely a protein because proteins have nitrogen and carbohydrates do not. In terms of function, you do not have to write all the functions down. There's so many, so you're going to pick one from the list and you're going to write that. You can even pick one from this list here and write that. You're going to write down that the monomer is amino acid and the polymer is a protein, and you're going to write down a few examples of things that we eat that are protein. So anything meat, eggs, beans. You could also, I think, I've also had you guys write down one endogenous example and one exogenous example. So an endogenous example would be enzymes, because they, again, are inside our body, right? Exo would be like eggs or poultry or whatever you want to add up here that we eat. They're not part of us, but we put them in our body. They are actually in the outside world. And that's all you got to do here. So I'm going to be checking for these 2 rows to be completely filled out except for the pictures over here, right? So that's step 2. Step 3, you will research the 7 functions of proteins over here. You will describe their job or role in the body and provide an example. I have created a chart for you, and it can be found here. Bam! Open that bad boy up. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. You're not going to be able to edit this document, right? It's going to be in a format where you cannot edit it. So again, you want to copy this. Copy. Control C. Go to File. Go to New. Go to Document. Control V for paste. Cool. So we're going to title this so let's just do protein functions table and your name. So let's go with, who haven't I done? Kushina. Okay. Hit enter. Share it with me. Okay. Okay, so then it's just you and me, and we can work on this table, or I can see what you're doing. So what you're gonna do is a little bit of research, and I've done the first one for you, so you only actually have to do 6. So structure, you're gonna give me a 1 sentence that tells me that you understand what it does. Also, please, please, please don't just copy random crap from the internet because I can tell. I want this to be in your own words. I want it to be clear to me that you know what you're talking about, and it's not these like really big sciencey words that I know you can't pronounce. Okay? I want to know that you know you actually understand this. So structure. What does it do? Well, these proteins can give shape to different parts of the cell. So this means that these proteins will make it so that certain parts of that cell have certain shapes and certain structures, right? A good example of this protein is collagen for hair, right? So if you look up collagen, hair, protein, you can actually see that people put collagen in their hair. So this stuff is the pure protein. It even says collagen protein. But I want to actually look at cartoon bio. No, I don't care about the actual hair. Doesn't look like I'm finding what I'm looking for, but that's okay. So I mean, again, this is a picture of what the protein actually would look like, and all of these are, again, this is like thousands of amino acids coming together to form the collagen protein. But the collagen makes your hair stronger. That's why a lot of ladies will put it in their hair because it makes it stronger and it makes it look nicer, right? I don't really know what specifically these products do, but I know that it makes your hair stronger. It makes it so that as you get older, your hair doesn't become as like fragile and weak. Okay, cool. So I'm going back to my table over here. Nope, not that table. Risky, a different table. This table, not that table. Too many tables. Too many tables. So you're telling me what does it do, and you're telling me an example and what the example does. Okay. So if I were to be a student and say I'm going down to transport, right? What I would say, or what I would put in Google is, what do transport proteins do? Bam, hit enter. And then you're going to read and try to put it in your own words, okay? And if you read and you can't put it in your own words because like you really don't understand what the heck they're talking about, just text me or email me. Also, if you're looking for an example, so just say example of transport protein. Don't say example of a protein because you're not going to be sure it's a transport protein. So then you will actually get a bunch of examples. Okay? So I want to know, in terms of the example, I want to know what specific part of the body, like, so I said, example, collagen for hair. I want to know where you can find these proteins, okay, in your example. That is it, folks. That's all I have for you for this week. Going back to the notes really quick. So again, your vocabulary list, it's going to be updated and final. Your biomolecule table is going to be updated, final, and your 7 functions of a protein table is going to be completely filled out. And then you are done for science. I'm going to upload all of the documents now, and yes, you will have a direction sheet just like all the other weeks, so you can follow the directions along with these videos. All right, folks, this is the last bio video. I hope to see some of you folks in the summertime. Hopefully we can have summer school and get some more learning done. If not, please have a very, very safe summer. I hope you enjoy the break, and I hope that everyone stays safe out there, because it's still, as everybody knows, COVID hasn't quite gone away yet. Even though places might start opening up, it's still dangerous to be outside without a mask right now. So please be safe.